Good morning, welcome everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Chrissy and today I'll be giving you some prediction readings for the 23rd of November. Whoo, nearly December guys, we're almost there. We're heading very rapidly towards Christmas. I know you guys are probably all getting very organised now. It's just mental. This year has gone so fast, it's nuts. First off, welcome anyone new to the channel. We've built a community here of like-minded people who see through the BS garbage and lies. Feel free to comment down below. Hit those like buttons, guys. And like I said, please consider subscribing. It'd be lovely to have you here. Cheers, everyone. I have got my cup of tea. It's Saturday morning here. You know, I love Saturday morning and I love the weekend. So it's just got this great feel about it, hasn't it? We don't work Saturdays in our shop, so it's really good we get to do. Well, my hubby's out mowing at the moment, so I thought I'd sneak in and shoot this little video. I've got a little bit of admin, guys. It's really hot here today, so I'm shooting inside. Really hot, like as in 33 degrees, which here is like heat wave, like air conditioning's on, guys. So we're copping a heat wave at the moment, which is unusual for where I live down near Canberra in New South Wales. Queensland's actually getting all the rain. And thank you, Jen, for also letting us know that Brisbane did get that sort of whirly, big sort of tornado-y hurricane kind of storm and lots of rain. You're getting an excessive amount of rain up there at the moment. So take care up there, Jen. And Michelle, you live up there in Brisbane as well. Take care anyone else I've got on my channel living up there, because I know there's a lot of flooding going on. My mum's house even got a bit flooded and she never ever has trouble with that. So the storms have been pretty violent. Okay, first off, they're still pushing the tiny homes here in Oz. There's a lot going on, always a lot going on globally around housing crisis. They're still pushing the tiny homes. And now the average cost of a tiny home, yes, as we know, they've been going up from like, used to be once 50,000, 30,000, 50,000. Now they're all 100,000. But they do come with everything. And they're saying how it's a crisis and that young people aren't going to be able, this is what they're saying on mainstream media. Planting all the seeds of, well, truth really, that young people aren't going to be able to afford the old dream of buying a home. This is globally as well, not just in Oz. It's sad, isn't it? And they're the words they're using. So, I mean, how disheartening for young people if they're trying to save deposits and think that they have a chance of buying a home, only to be just shot down by their own government. Like, really? So they're still pushing their tiny homes. Go get yourself a tiny home and plonk it rather, on your parents' lawn. That's pretty much what they're saying. And if you keep it on wheels, it's classed as a caravan, so you don't have to pay as much for it, apparently, as a dwelling, because we know they tax you on everything, as we know. The other thing is that I have to mention, guys, and I do follow a little bit of crime. You know that I like a bit about the Menendez brothers and things like this. I do follow a bit of crime. Most women do. We find it very interesting. For some reason, women do follow crime shows. And I've been following the Lake and Riley case this week. It's been in court. That Jose got charged. I think he's got life in prison, which is so good. There was so much digital evidence, so much evidence, DNA evidence, etc. So there's been a lot going on. And of course, it brings up the immigrant issues again. But I thought it was really interesting that Trump's actually come out and he's supporting the parents. Apparently his contact, isn't that fantastic? He's already onto this garbage. And there was another girl who got killed jogging on a trail as well by an immigrant. They only recently got that guy. I can't think what her name was. You guys would know if you're living in America, and I'm sure you've all heard of Lake and Riley, the uni student. It was just so tragic and sick. But they bring that volatile energy. See, this is what I talk about with the immigration. A lot of these people coming over the borders, as we know in America, were crims. And Biden apparently is still pushing this immigrant thing, letting them into the country. I heard something briefly on Sky News about him allowing them to get their papers or something like this, and they're all lining up for it. Of course they were, because they want to stay in America. But I thought that was fantastic that Trump's already saying he's going to get justice for Laken. So he is onto this, and he hasn't even got into his office yet. That's so good. Oh, I'm so happy for you guys in America. You need this to happen. And it'll trickle out to the rest of the world. I feel like Trumpet, I'll call him Trumpet now, guys. I feel like he's going to have a bit of an impact on the rest of the world. He just will. He's such a strong character, isn't it? It gives us all a little ray of sunshine and a little bit of hope, doesn't it, guys? The other thing was I think it was in England, UK, Gatwick. Where's Gatwick? That's got to be in the UK. Airport emergencies. Yes, airport emergencies, suspicious items, and people were evacuated, and it was utter chaos, apparently. The whole airport had to be evacuated. They're not really telling you why. It was just suspicious items. So all chaos. We know how it goes. They don't want us travelling around, the little peasants and Lego people travelling around. So they're doing whatever they can to frighten the death out of people and turn people off travelling. So yet another emergency at Gatwick, which I'm guessing is in the UK. Can you imagine that? You'd miss all your connecting flights and everything. It'd be utter chaos. And luggage just disappearing, no doubt, in the chaos. Oh, never ends. And it was probably all over nothing. I think they sent in a robot dog or something to suss it out. You know how it goes. Bit of opportunity to show off their robot skills. And then we've also got the new Netflix show. Yes, Harry and Meghan are still on their World Privacy Tour, obviously. And they're apparently the producers of this show about polo. So watch your space, guys. They're not... Everyone's tired of Harry and Meghan, by the way. That hence the yawning. So watch this space. Netflix, I'm surprised, is still doing anything with Harry and Meghan, to be quite honest. So it's all about polo and how difficult it is being a professional polo player. Oh my God. Can't wait. Watch this space, guys. That'll be interesting viewing. Oh, and the other thing that I did have a giggle at this morning, guys, on the Today Show. You can't even believe it. Yes, we know a lot of people love cruising on the cruise liners, and we did say that these are becoming more elite over time. It's becoming a little bit more Titanic-ish, with the majority of people being like first-class passengers over time. Well, you can go on a nude cruise now. Yep, it's fast-growing, and there's a big surge in demand for nude cruising, and the average age is 45. What the hell, guys? I don't think anyone over 45, personally, should be out in public nude. It's not like you have the tight, taut body that you had when you were like in your 20s, but it is very strange. I cannot even imagine being on a cruise ship with that many nude people. It just sounds quite horrifying, like a bit of a horror movie to me, personally. Not that I'm a prude or anything, but let me know your thoughts on that. But nude cruising. And it's really fast growing. I can imagine there'll be a few creepos going on those cruises, no doubt, guys. Just the usual. They seem to open up these opportunities for these creepos, don't they, to just have open slather, you know. I don't get it. I don't get this world we're living in. It's completely mad. I don't have anything against people who want to be nudists or go to nudist camps or whatever, but a whole cruise ship? Man, that is just, I don't even know what that even is. All right, probably just more of this agenda that they're rolling out for some reason. All right, or is that they're going to take all our clothes and everything? Honestly, you can't make this shit up, guys. It's that ridiculous. All right, I'll close my eyes, guys. We'll get started and we'll see what comes up. Keep looking out for my 2025 prediction video too. I'm going to do that soon. We'll see what's coming up for next year. Okay. Get Belgium, Germany rising, France rising. They're all rising. We're going to see big protests coming soon. Not far away, actually. People are going to have to speak out because their lives are being destroyed by their governments. All right. They're saying anglers, like fishermen. Fishermen are going to be under more pressure. I feel like this is an industry that's going to get touched. Oh, they're showing me Alaska. Must be a big fishing industry there. I am getting fishermen are going to start to get taxed a lot for the weight of the amounts of fish they catch, the type of fish they catch, the size of fish they catch. They're going to have to be, I am getting Alaska. I'm just getting this. For an example, there's going to be starting to be, it's not just the farmers getting taxed, it's the fishing farmers now getting taxed. a lot of farmers, a lot of fishermen are going to start to get really taxed. So we might see protests around fishermen. I'm getting Alaska, Canada, borders of America. I'm just getting that. So taxes are now starting to filter down into the seafood industries. So hence, obviously we know how it goes. Seafood will start to get dearer. It's been pretty affordable for a long time, a lot of seafood. I'm just getting that, the taxes. It's getting cruel what they're doing to people, isn't it? We know it's coming, but when it happens, it's like, oh, really? So I am getting that. Seafood and everything's going to become dearer as well. Oh, what a shame. Because we know the red meat industry is like crazy unaffordable. I mean, who can afford a steak? I said to you guys the other day, I went to buy some sirloins the other day because my hubby wanted some. $8 each. $8 each. I'm like, what? The actual? Like, how's that even, like, what's that, 16? That's $32 just for the meat, and that's without the vegetables and everything else. Like, that's just unaffordable, isn't it? And you've got other options. You can go and get pork medallions that are like for $15, which is way cheaper. I even looked at lamb chops actually, and they were $28 for, I think, a pack of 8 or something like that, or 10. You know, you can't really cook a meal these days for under $50, can you? Like, to put a meal on the table is getting crazy. No wonder people eat lots of bread and pasta and rice. Oh, that's what they're trying to direct us to, I suppose. We'll be on the bread and water diet soon, like the people in prison. Oh, it's such a circus, this bloody cost of living crisis. And no end in sight. They're saying here in Australia that the interest rates with the RBA, the Reserve Bank of Australia, they're not going to cut interest rates down until not at least well into next year. And we already knew that on this channel. The BS detectors, way ahead of it all. We know there's not going to be change. If anything, things will keep going up. And yeah, nothing's going to go down, is it? Well, we know what's not going to go up. We know what's predictable. Our wages and our incomes aren't going to be going up. We could nearly write that as a certainty, couldn't we, guys? All right, let's keep going. Oh, they're giving me that song for some reason, Baker Street. It's such a pretty song. I love that song. Down in the horizon on Baker Street, you're going give up the booze and the one night stands, and then you settle down in a quiet little town and forget about everything. And maybe that's for us. Maybe that is for us. I know, Chris, you're always out in nature. I'm always out trying to shoot videos in my garden and enjoying my garden space. You guys are always trying to switch off from all this, well, we call it Clown Show 2.0 here, which is the nonsense, BS, garbage and lies that they're continuously feeding us. So I am getting that song Baker Street for some reason. And I guess that's just saying we head down a quiet little street and do our own thing. I don't know why we're getting that song, but I'm just getting Baker Street. Such an old song, but it's such a great song, isn't it? Sorry, guys. Still got a bit of hay fever going on. All right. I'm getting for us, guys, it's very important for us to relax. We have to relax a lot. We have to relax more than the average person. If you're on my channel, it means you're pretty much awakened. You're an intuitive, you're a psychic, you're a sensitive soul, and we get very affected by the things that are going on around us. This awakening frequency vibration that's happening can really take a toll on us. It can zap our energy, so it's very important. The guides are saying that we relax. We're getting that, of course, the Frankie Goes to Hollywood song, Relax, Relax, don't do it, where you want to go to it. I'm just getting that song, Relax. It's really, really important that we relax. And it's about clearing the mind, calming the body. We don't want to be getting all worked up about things that we can't control. So I'm getting that for us. Just relax. Relax and take time out for yourself. There's nothing wrong with doing that. It's not selfish. It's really important to stabilize our energy, is what the guides are saying. I think we're getting much better at doing that too, guys, aren't we? We're making sure we take time out for ourselves. We always talk about following our creativities and our passions, but we also like to zone out from all the stress and the chaos that, well, life can bring in this stupid journey, especially with you look at the cost of living. That causes a lot of stress, an enormous amount actually, and people are finding their jobs are becoming unstable. There's a lot going on, especially with AI taking over everything, such as self-serves, serving us in restaurants, etc., etc. What is it, Mr. McFlippy flipping the chips in McDonald's? Like, people don't even see that we're losing jobs by the day. And even that trolley with I was telling you guys about Coles bringing in the trolleys with the iPad. Oh yeah, all fun and games till you realise there's no jobs left and that there's not even anyone anywhere to help you with anything. God help if you have to ask a question in one of those big Woolies or Kmarts or something. There's no one there to you can't even find anyone, can you now? It's hard enough. So, yeah, less and less jobs. Yeah. All right, let's keep going. Well, I'm going to have Billy Goat again back on the scene pushing the herbivore diet. He just wants us eating plant-based. We know they're pushing the plant-based rubber foods, fake artificial nonsense that they're trying to push. Yeah, still not selling off the shelves here where I live, guys. I'm sure you guys are noticing they're still sitting there and they're always on sale because no one's buying them. Like most people say, why would a vegan, vegetarian / vegetarian, whatever you are, want to buy rubber meat? Like, that's all artificial. Why would you want meat when you don't want to eat meat? So, anyway, I'm getting this. Billy Goat is going to be pushing more and more of his herbivore diet. We're going to hear a lot more about him. A lot more about him, and also talking about farmers and how they've got to get on board with all this change that's happening. Mind you, he owns half the farms in bloody America, doesn't he? He's such a thing, isn't he? So we're going to hear more about that, more about the eating more herbs. It's better for the environment. And of course, then they're going to bring in, well, Billy Goat, of course, will bring in the climate change issues with the carbon emissions and the cow burps and cow farts and how this is going to be better. And they're aren't they making the cows and that eat different thing? There was something that apparently reduces all the emissions. I told you guys the other day, if you didn't see that video of mine about the chart your fart here in Australia now. Yeah, you can put the app on your phone and chart your own farts. All about gut health. Of course it is, guys. Not about tracking and tracing your personal emissions. Like, what the hell is that, guys? Stop. You can't even believe it's real, can you? But that's what I'm getting. We're going to hear more about Billy Goat and his lovely herbivore diet. Oh, because he's a very knowledgeable man. You know what I always get? And I know you guys are the same. How does an IT guru, well, apparently he thinks he's a guru, not a guru in our minds, he's an absolute twit. How does he become in charge of the CV virus event? And now he's like the farming guru and he's understands everything in the world and he's put himself on this great big pedestal world stage. Like, honestly. So we're going to hear more from him and it's going to really annoy us. It's going to annoy the BS detectors, I tell you that much. Because we just look at him as such a goof. Like, he's in the category of the Fauci category, isn't he? Just lying by omission, telling crap and making stuff up that's absolute, as we know here, not truth. They tell people anything. But the strangest thing is you can't believe people believe it. Do people believe it? Surely not. I don't know. I mean, you know, I used to tell you guys about my sister during the picky wheel. She always said that I wasn't a doctor and I wasn't the science, so what did I know? What did I know? That's what she used to say to me. So this is what most of them think. I'll leave that video over here to jab or not to jab. We made a video, my sister and I, because we had a difference of opinion, but we accepted each other's choice, which is fine. I had no problem with whoever wanted to be jabbed, but it was the way we were vilified and the way we were treated, and I know that's what a lot of you guys went through as well when people were in that mass psychosis. It was a very hurtful and difficult time to navigate. So I'm getting that. That's just what I'm getting. Unfortunately, more Bill Gates. All right, just what we don't want. All right. Oh, I'm getting Starmageddon in the UK. He's going to come out and address the people. He has to address the people. He has to address the farmers because the farmers will keep standing up to him. Thanks, Pam, for your feedback. We know the farmer protests there was thousands of them there. It was quite passive. But, of course, probably not a lot of communication between Starmageddon and the farmers as usual. They just want it to go away and be swept under the carpet. But I feel like he's going to have to come out and address it all and talk about the issues and how the government wants to work together. It's going to be all fake. We know it is because they still want it's their way or the highway. But I feel like Starmageddon's going to come out and pretend that he's listening to the people. All the while he's not. He's still wanting to implement his own planned agenda. But you will start to see him communicating more. He knows he has to. You can't hide behind closed doors of 10 Downing Street and just hope it all goes away because it's not going to. He knows if he doesn't address this, these farmers it's going to keep growing and it's going to wake more people up. So he's got to kind of get a handle on this and subdue the farmers. It's almost saying, it's like say the right things to shut the farmers up. And they're just words. They're just words. They won't have any meaning behind them. It'll just be to shut the farmers up. He has no clear intention at all of following through what he's saying, like backing away or anything like that when it comes to this inheritance tax. He thinks if he just lets the farmers just cool down a little bit, then he can navigate this using another route. This is what they do. They go the detour. Oh, if we can't attack the farmers that way, then we'll try and do this through another way, through their insurances, or there'll be other ways. He's working with his little team to work out other ways to get the money off the farmers. But it's not to get the money off the farmers, as we know. It's to get the land. It's to get the land. Speaking of Bill Gates, it's to get the land. All right. I'm getting Chris Luxon in New Zealand. He's going to be in the limelight. The spotlight's getting put on him. He's going to do quite a bit of talking. I feel like he's really mixing with the VIPs now, and he's starting to be quite well recognised on the world stage. He's starting to find his way, and I feel like you're going to see him actually talking and giving his opinion at some of these meetings. Hang on. He's got a lot to say on the world stage too, Chris Luxon. I don't think he's a shrinking violet. He'll say the things that he thinks. If there's something that he disagrees with, he'll actually say he doesn't agree with that. He knows, like I keep saying, he has to go along with some of it because he has to keep in the loop with his peers. But I do feel like when you hear him talk, he's going to make a bit of sense, actually. He's going to make sense about how these things could long-term affect the little people of New Zealand. He's trying to prop your country up. I keep saying he's financially working on keeping your country propped up. He wants it more lucrative. He doesn't want to stamp every industry out. I mean, we know there's farmer protests and things going on over there because you've got the renewable issues, which he still has to push because that's global, because it's global warming, remember? Global boiling, whatever you want to call it. BS, we would actually call it. Garbage and lies. But this is what I'm getting. He's going to be quite respected on the world stage, but he's also still going to be thinking about the people in New Zealand and how he can best not squash every industry. He worries about it. He really worries about what's happening with small business. He worries about these things. He does. He worries about it because he knows it's a time where people are really struggling financially. They're struggling to survive. They can't keep themselves afloat. So he's trying to ease that burden on people in New Zealand in the areas that he can help around cost of living by keeping a steady ship. It's saying he's trying to keep a steady ship. He knows the world financial crisis is obviously happening, but he's trying to keep things even. It could be the interest rates, could be just trying to keep people stable is what I'm getting for him, which is a good thing, guys. Take it as a positive because most bloody dictating tyrants such as Trudeau, Starmer, Elbow aren't doing that at all. They don't give a rat's ass about the people, as we know. Let's see if there's one more thing, guys, and we'll pull some cards. Oh, I'm getting England, I'm getting UK, I'm getting William and Kate. William and Kate will be doing a lot more royal duties, a lot more circulating around, possibly even separately, not always together. You know how they're usually always together. I feel like they're going to do things quite separately. She'll be doing this and he'll be doing that. Because we know Charles and bloody Camilla aren't young. They can't physically keep up that pace. So I do feel you're going to get more of Will and Kate. I mean, she's just getting on with the show, isn't she, too? Like, I don't know. So many questions, guys. I know you guys query these things as well. So I am getting that. We're going to see a lot more of William and Kate. They're really, I guess you could say, prepping for their new roles eventually as king and queen. I mean, who knows when that's going to be. But they're really stepping up now to their royal duties. You're going to see a lot more of them. It's going to be more about them, actually, than Charles and Camilla. All right. And they're kind of, I feel like with Will and Kate, they're kind of leaving, they're all Kardashians, are leaving their kids a little bit more out of it now. They don't want their kids dragged through the ringer and having to deal with all this paparazzi, even though the kids are used to it. They don't want that pressure on their kids. So I feel like now their kids are sort of hitting those probably teenage years, getting older, because they're getting older. They want to give them a lot more privacy rather than being splashed all over the tabloids. So I feel like they'll kind of keep them a bit more hidden now. You'll only see them at like major royal events. All right. God, they're showing me, I'm getting China Doll and I'm getting Trudeau, and they're showing me him in an apron vacuuming, like he's cleaning up. It's like he's cleaning up. I think he's cleaning up his mess. We know he's as corrupt and does all this crap, but he's cleaning it up. It's not even that he's covering it up. He's just cleaning it up. He's just vacuuming it away. And he feels like he can just suck it up into this vacuum cleaner and just chuck it in the bin and whoop-de-doo, what's anyone going to do? I'm in charge of the whole country. This is how he thinks. His big ego, his big head. I am getting that. I'm seeing him vacuuming. And I know you guys pray that he'll be called out on all his stupid corruption and crap he does and wheelings and dealings. But he's not a smart man. But he's a powerful man. This is the thing. I don't even know how he got there. I know you guys get frustrated by that because the people didn't vote him in. But he just thinks he can just do the vacuuming and another thing will go away. Oh, I'll just suck that up. If something comes out, I'll just suck it up with my Hoover vacuum cleaner and I'll just toss it. It'll go away. And it's not even an issue. He doesn't even worry when things come up. Even if they're really obvious, he still doesn't worry about it. He just figures he can just vacuum up the mess and clean everything up and he'll just wipe his hands of it and move forward. This is how he is. He's a strange character, that Trudeau. God, I wish you guys could go to the vote. He just feels like he's invincible and he's untouchable. That's what he feels like. He just sees himself as, I keep saying it, this superpower that has control of the people. He loves the communism, the idea of communism. We all know that. And that's what I'm getting for Trudeau. He just still is pushing the communism route. That's the way he wants to go. That's what he's pushing. He's still pushing communism. Getting control of the people is the main aim of Trudeau. God, and he's got harsh measures at doing it, hasn't he? And people are tired. They're sick of him. Oh, they're overwhelmed by him. They're exhausted. And I do feel like people are waking up in China. We know they have to be waking up because they'd also see things that are going on around the rest of the world. And the good thing was the Trump movement gave, I think, Canadians hope that change can happen. If enough people come along and vote that way, change can happen. So keep the hope alive, guys. Keep your mind on the Trump show. because it proves that people are sick of their way of living and being forced down a road they didn't want to take. So stay hopeful in China, because there's heaps of people waking up, and they're looking at America to see what kind of happens next. So God, fingers, there's a vote. Oh my goodness. I don't know, guys. It's just, he seems like this impossible person to get out, doesn't he? Oh, you need like a revolving door of prime ministers just to have a break from him, don't you? Like the UK. You just need change. Let's pull an Earth Oracle, guys. Let's get some guidance. Let's get our guidance for the, probably till December. We need a bit of guidance to get through the next month, don't we, guys? See what we get. Oh, no, we've had that one. We won't do birth. That was the rebirth one. We've all had our rebirth awakening. We don't want to go through that painful experience again. Root, grounding, stability, motionless. Nature, your foundations and support systems. Oh, see, it's true. Look at that. Look at that. Just staying grounded, staying rooted in the earth. We talk about being out in nature. Nurture your foundations and support systems. They're the things that keep us going, aren't they, guys? Root. And I think being motionless too is part of being aware and watching what's going on around us and everything that's happening. For example, we don't have to do a lot anymore. We don't have to stand up and protest all the time. It's wonderful if you get the opportunity to do that, because the more energy on that, the better. But they're also saying it's also about us planting those seeds. We planted a lot of seeds years ago, didn't we, guys? 5 years ago, maybe. We planted a lot of seeds, and now a lot of it is coming to fruition. And other people are seeing that. They'll never admit it. I always tell you that. You know they'll never admit it. But, nonetheless, sorry. Oh, yeah, affirmations. Receive. How can someone support you if you don't let them? Receiving charity. It's very hard for us to receive sometimes, isn't it? Because I think we're naturally, as intuitives, etc., we're quite giving people. And I think what the guides are saying is to don't give your energy away. Make sure you're receiving that nourishment, that energy from life as well, and taking good care of yourself. Receive. That's how I'm seeing that. I'm seeing that as receiving kindness. Receive. But I'm getting it as an energy exchange. And this is about, well, that's why we like the natural environments. We receive from the birds. We receive from our pets and animals. Look at Sprocket and Sophie and I are very close. We have that beautiful, I know you guys have a lot of pets as well. That unconditional love. Like, I think that's what they're trying to let us know, receiving. But it's also about energy. You know, you could sit under a tree and you get energy from that tree. Beautiful energy from the bird sounds, you know, the whistling of birds, the trickling of water down a stream. Like, receive that beautiful, I guess it's like a transfer of energy, isn't it, is what I'm getting. Let's pull a Lunar Lapin. Can be receiving kindness from others too. But sadly, I'd hate to say it, but that's rare today, isn't it? It really is. I mean, how people really aren't that kind anymore. You get the odd person, but gosh, not very many. Oh, I got 2 of these. I'm going to do this one first. Page of Cups. Look, there's a little fish in there. I don't know what that actually means. We've got the water flowing in the background. He's stable on the beach. He's looking into his cup. Whenever I see cups, I think of abundance. And I guess they're giving me that saying, you know, if you teach a man to fish, he'll be able to feed himself for a lifetime. But if you give him a fish, he'll only feed himself with 1 meal. So I think that's the same. So I don't know exactly. Let's see if this card connects to that. Page of Pentacles. Oh, there you go. Again, abundance. We find abundance, but see, it's on our own again. Like, look at the ears, the antenna are up listening. They've got the mountains in the background for the mountain energy, and we've still got the abundance. The abundance is in our hands, guys. Life is what you make of it and what you create. See, we're aware of that. that if it's the fish, you know, teach a man to fish, you'll feed him for a lifetime. But if you give him a fish, you only feed him for a day. And see, we're aware of that. We're aware of these things. It's that knowing. It's the awareness of the bigger picture, which is currently happening with this agenda. That reminds me of that. So the power of navigating all of this is in our hands, in our own hands. All right, I'll see if there's anything to finish off with today. Oh, I'm getting this song. Who sings it? Is it Joe Cocker? Love lifts us up where we belong, where an eagle flies on a mountain high. Is that from Officer and a Gentleman? Oh, what a great movie. Richard Gere. Oh, such a great movie. But I'm going to give you that. Love lifts us up where we belong, which is about the frequency vibration of the awakening. It lifts us up where we belong, where we can see things from a different perspective and a different vantage point. So I'm going to leave you with that. I think it's Joe Cocker. Let's go listen to the words. Where an eagle flies on a mountain high. Oh, that's so pretty, isn't it? And now they're giving me that song. Fly like an eagle to the sea. Won't you fly like an eagle? Let your spirit carry me. Do, 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 do. I don't know who sings that one, but you know that song? Do, 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 do. I'm getting that song as well. So I'm going to leave you with those two songs today. Take care, everybody. I don't know who sings the last one, but I'm pretty sure Joe Cocker sings the other one. Oh, it's always about eagles and mountains and flying high and staying above everything. Oh, that's so where we have to stay, guys, because that's just about keeping our frequency up and not being dragged down into those negative energies and fears, etc., where we know this agenda wants to take us and we ain't going there, are we? The BS detectors, Braveheart biker, freedom fighter, Terrabellians, we call ourselves here if you are new. We're not going to go there, guys. All right, take care, everyone. Have a wonderful weekend. Don't forget, like buttons, please comment, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care, everyone. Bye.